Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna pull the Polaris back out. I think I know what happened. It just came to me. We're gonna try and see what happens. Okay guys, so here's the deal. This line and this line I think are switched, because one is the pulse, which is running off of the intake, and one of them is the feed for the carburetor. So I figured out that there's no fuel going to the carburetor, so these two lines are switched. So I'm gonna switch them real quick and we're gonna see if we can get this thing to start. All right guys, so I pre-primed everything. The carburetor I pre-primed, and this just adding air pressure to the fuel tank. So anyhow, I just hook up my air nozzle and just kind of pump a little air through the tank, and it bleeds everything for you. So let's see. This thing, I'm hoping it'll fire right up. So let's see. Attempt number one, no throttle. Alright guys, well, I forgot to hit record, but all this junk came out of there. Uh-oh. We got some brake work ahead of us. Alright, well, here we are, we're back. This is the next weekend from when I did the lawnmower. I did get this thing started last weekend for me, but for you, it was like 10 seconds ago. Anyhow, so I've got all the oil change stuff for this thing now, and this brake line is leaking down here. That's why we had the problems up here. I've already flushed everything out and all that. I kind of did it off camera, but anyhow, it's done. So this thing's actually running really good, so we're gonna go ahead and change the oil and do all that stuff and change out this brake line, and then I don't think I'm gonna wait on the brake line for Derek to get here so he can help me bleed these out, because it's a little easier with two people. It's a lot of air to get out through the whole system, pretty much flush everything. So anyway, we're gonna get this oil changed and we're gonna take this thing for a little spin. So all right, be right back. Alright, let's see how this sucker fires up. It's been sitting for a week. We are in neutral. Get a choke. No throttle. Alright, well, we're back. I just took this thing for just a little spin around the yard to warm it up. So what I did was I ordered a pure Polaris oil change kit for this thing. I would really prefer to just run OE stuff in these four-wheelers, just because it's not worth the risk. So anyhow, it comes with an oil filter and 2 quarts of PS4 Polaris lube, and it comes with new crush washers for the oil plugs. So anyhow, we're gonna get right to it. It looks like there might be something else in here. I don't know what this is. Oh, cool. Paper funnel. Awesome. All right, be right back. All right, so I'm going to take a 14 millimeter here and go ahead and break this oil plug free. And get this starting to drain. Yep, I smell all kinds of gas in that there. Really thin. The gas has really broke that down a lot, so I'm glad I warmed it up a little bit. All right, now this bike has an oil reservoir here, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up the lid on this. It's got the dipstick and everything right in here. Just gonna lay that over there on the tire. And there's another drain plug underneath here. So I'm gonna drain that real quick. I'll be back with you. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna replace this crush washer. You see, it's got a groove on one side, and that goes towards the engine, and the flat side goes towards the collar on the bolt. This is the engine side plug. The plastic reservoir plug has a plastic grommet on it, washer. So what I have here is I've got an 8 millimeter socket. This is where your oil filter is. So we're gonna go ahead and break these free. This is another reason that I warm the engine up, because everything moves a lot easier when the engine's warm, especially after the bike has been sitting for, I think he said like 7+ years. So anyhow, this is a pretty simple step here. Just have to remove this cover, and I got all the oil coming out now. I'm pretty sure there's a spring in here, so hopefully we can catch everything. Yeah. All right, spring stayed put. Very good. Yep, this thing was majorly, look at how hard that filter sucked in. It was definitely ready. I don't even think that was a Polaris filter either. All right, I'm gonna grab the filter box and we're gonna see what came with it. All right, so this is the Polaris filter, and it is made in Japan instead of China, so I guess that's a good thing. And we did not receive this gasket, so I'm hoping I can make it work, because it's a little loose fitting looking. So we'll see what's up. I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be okay. I just like to try to feel and make sure that the rubber gasket's not hanging out anywhere, and then I'll hold it in place like so. And then I by hand tighten everything up. This is an oily, messy job. If you haven't done this yet, you don't like getting oil on your hands, you better get you some gloves, because it is oily. I'm covered. I don't even want to shut my camera off. All right, now I'm just gonna throw the plug back in the bottom, throw my 2 quarts of oil in. It takes just over 2 quarts, so hopefully a little bit of oil was retained. It takes 2.25 quarts. If not, I do have a little extra. Okay, now guys, these bolts, I looked it up, they torque down to 75 inch-pounds. It's actually 72 to 78 inch-pounds. So I just put them to 75 and we're gonna be good. I've got the new oil bolt, or new crush washer on. The drain bolt. Both drain bolts are in, and we're gonna add some oil. Since I have it, I'm gonna go ahead and use this little cardboard funnel they gave me, because why not? So here it is, and the oil is actually sealed, so I guess that's good for shelf life. We don't need any of that around here. And we're gonna go ahead and get this quart poured in. Just pouring it in about as fast as the funnel can handle it. Now for quart number 2, go ahead and dump it in as well, so we can get this show on the road. All right, that's it for our second quart. Now I cleaned off, I just sprayed this guy off with the just some carburetor cleaner, so just to make it a little easier to read. Now we'll check this after we have to pump all the oil through and everything else. It'll read high right now, so why bother? Lucas Chain Lube works pretty good. I have oiled up the chain, changed the oil. I have checked the oil, I've ran it, checked the oil, got everything going good. I think it's time for a test ride. We'll just go for a quick little spin, and then in the next video we'll do a top speed video. So, all right guys, we'll be right back.
we're back. Runs pretty good. I had to put it on reserve. It kind of stalled out at one point there. But anyhow, so I had to put some more fuel in it and everything else, but it seems to be running pretty darn good. So, all right, we'll be back next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.